Thank everybody for tuning to a special edition at scsportsworld.com. I'm your host, Luther Dupree. All right, feet is coming. But listen, man, give us a call. We got some great talk. It's running loud and heavy. So make sure you call us 412-530-5063. All right, who we got in the house? Claudia, what's going on?
What's up, Luth? Good to hear. Good to see you guys. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Ralph, Fillmore, what's going on?
Everything's going really good.
All right, Vic Ralph. Everything is good, man. I got my Pirate stuff on today because it's the death of the Pirate season right now because Steelers football is starting. So this is my funeral for the Pirates gear right now.
All right. We got some feet. All right, hold on one sec. All right, Smoker Jim, you with us?
I'm with you.
All right, how you feel, Jim? Okay. Somebody, hold on. Let me do something. Jim.
I feel good.
All right. Let's start in early. Claude, what you got for us in the huddle up, man? I'm gonna try to get my audio fixed here.
If James Brown would have sung that song, I Feel Good, the way Jim just said that, he wouldn't have made a nickel. But anyway, every day, I have an index card of things that I have to do. I have an appointment book of everything I have to do. I have a game plan. Pittsburgh Pirates, what is your game plan? I know we're going to talk about the trades later. They have zero game plan other than cutting back money. Well, hell, I don't know how much money you're going to cut back. Okay, but it's a shame. 2025 was supposed to be the target year. And then you hear these announcers that aren't affiliated with the Pirates. If you're affiliated with the Pirates, I understand. You have to make your check. I get it. You don't want to offend daddy too much. I get it. But then you hear these other guys, 2025 is going to be the year. We have the greatest pitcher of all time, Skeens. We got this and we got that. And what are they doing? They're just as bad as they ever are. And I believe Chase Claypool a few years ago when he said the Browns is the Browns, well, the Pirates is the Pirates. Growing up, not even growing up, when I was a little bit older, the Clippers, Los Angeles Clippers, San Diego Clippers, Los Angeles Clippers were always bad. And I remember I used to say, I don't think there's ever going to be a worse organization than the Clippers. Well, the Pirates, unfortunately, have turned into that. I could show you pictures of 1973 Pittsburgh Pirates, 1974 Pittsburgh Pirates, behind me 1971, 79 Pittsburgh Pirates. It was a great organization, and it started at the top, and it trickled down. Unfortunately, the organization is nowhere near what it used to be, and I do not see it getting any better. The only saving grace is baseball is so watered down, so mediocre that if they do something crazy, they could compete. But it almost seems like they're trying not to. I know we're going to get to the trades, but what have they done for this year, for next year, for 2027? Nothing. And it's a shame. Luther, we can't hear you. I can't hear you anyway.
I can't hear you, Luther.
Hold on. Smoker Jim.
Heath Miller tried to play quarterback in college, and they found out his best position was tight end. Kelsey played quarterback at Cincinnati until they figured out he threw like Will Howard, so they moved him to tight end. Listen, this guy got all the size in the world. He got the speed, he got the hands, everything you look for in a tight end. And I tell you what, he couldn't beat out Skylar Thompson in college, and it looks like he can't beat him out still. But lastly, Luther, a guy, Roman Wilson. I've never seen a young man more respectful, a hard worker, team ball player, and he's in the same Mike Tomlin doghouse as George Pickens. So is bad character guys and good character guys being treated the same way with Mike Tomlin? Maybe it's not the players. Maybe it's Mike calm.
Of course, Smoky Jim. Listen, talking about Roman Wilson, I mean, you got to make plays on the field. He's 5th on the depth chart right now. He finally had a couple good games of practice, but hey, you got to earn it, Jim. He's not getting treated bad. He's not making plays. And if you were a journalist like me and went out there, you would see he's not making plays out there, Jim. I mean, the explosion, he's not getting open. I mean, finally had a couple good practices, but that was it. Listen, mine is kind of short and sweet before we get into all this. Listen, I go to a lot of events, been to every sporting event, been to a couple WNBA games, but man, these fans got to stop, man. They're throwing all kind of things on the court. Then they threw a dildo out on the court. And this is ridiculous, man. Y'all got to stop this. Go there and enjoy the game. Don't be throwing stuff out there. Nobody wants to see that. I mean, it's the 3 times in a row national games and people are throwing things out on the court. Absolutely ridiculous, man. It got to stop, man. We got to stop with the foolishness. Listen, Jim, I tried to talk to you. I tried to be with you as far as who's going to make the team and who's not. But we'll get to that later. I want to talk about the 10 highest paid quarterbacks and who doesn't deserve to be here. Dak, $60 million, absolutely not. No reason he should be the highest paid quarterback. Look at his and look at he's $5 million more than Joe Burrow. I don't like to be a pocket watcher. I say that for you, Smoking Jim. You're all in the pockets. But Joe Burrow, okay, I can see that. Josh Allen, I can see that. Jordan Love, I don't think he's earned that. Trevor Lawrence, absolutely not. This guy, I don't know how he got $55 million. He didn't have to fight for his money either. Tua, $53 million as well. Another guy shouldn't have it. Can't stay on the field. He's always getting hurt. CTE is in his future if he keeps playing football. No way he should be on that list. Then you got Brock Purdy, another guy. I disagree with that. $53 million. Jared Goff, he's put up some numbers. He's led a team to the Super Bowl. I'll take it. Lamar Jackson, okay, of course he deserves it. And Jalen Hurts. What you don't see on this list is Patrick Mahomes, probably the best quarterback in the NFL. He gets $45 million a year. All these guys added up don't have his MVPs or his Super Bowls, and he's getting 45. A lot of these guys need to come off this list. Trevor Lawrence, bum. Brock Purdy, average. Dak Prescott, no way he should be getting 60 and be the highest paid. I don't like to get in their pockets, but this is getting ridiculous, man. We're going to start seeing $100 million a year for one of these guys, and you got to earn it on the field. How many Super Bowls are on this list right here? I count 2. Jalen Hurts, and he's the 10th highest paid at 51. Tell us what you think in the comments. We're going to jump in this. And again, number to call 412-530-5063. Just was unbelievable when I was looking at that. But we have some good ones coming out. Again, everybody knows about Will Howard. I was looking forward to him playing. I still think he has talent, but he hurt his thumb, and he's going to be out the entire preseason, but they don't think he needs surgery. But, in terms of him trying to, prove himself for the future, it could have gone a long way if he could have played. And unlike Jim, he doesn't need to move the tight end. I think he can be a serviceable quarterback and do well. Fellas, your thoughts before we jump into the first topic. Again, call in or stream in.
Let me say this about Trevor Lawrence. This is going to be his third coach. Yeah. And if he can't make it now, like you said, Luther, he's a bum. Because, this is his third coach. He had Urban Meyer. He had Doug Peterson, who's a really good offensive coordinator and quarterback type of a coach. And now he's got Liam Cohen. We don't even know where Liam Cohen's going to go with this team because he's only been a coordinator. And that's it. He's never been a head coach or anything like that. So, you're exactly correct about Trevor Lawrence, man. That right there is overpaid at its best.
Right. Absolutely. Fillmore, your thoughts before we jump into the next section?
Man, I'm definitely Dak Prescott. Come on, man. His lack of resume speaks for itself. But the thing I disagree with you about is Glock Purdy. That's what we call him Glock Purdy around here. Okay,
Purdy?
Glock Purdy. That's what we call him around here. All right. Now he does not deserve more money than Lamar Jackson, but he has done more than Trevor Lawrence for his team, and Trevor Lawrence more for his team than Dak Prescott, more for his team than Josh Allen. Josh Allen did not take his team to a Super Bowl, but Glock Purdy did. Glock did. So 7, 8 on the list. Cool, leave him there, but there's a lot of quarterbacks on that list that's undeserving. He is the best system quarterback for that system. He's more valuable there than anybody else, anywhere else. So pay him.
System quarterback, which means you could put a bunch of people in that system surrounded with a Christian McCaffrey and a Kittles at tight end and a Deebo Samuels when he was there and a Brandon Ayuk and the best offensive line in football. Come on, there's a lot of guys.
I'll say this though. I'll say this. Fillmore's right on the button, but I'll say this: a lot of those quarterbacks you mentioned, with the exception of Jackson, Mahomes, Allen, they're all game managers. They're giving these guys $1 zillion, and you could put Mason Rudolph on any of those teams, and he's going to do the same thing, really. I mean, yeah, some of them may have better arms or they can move better, but the systems, they all play with fear. Again, and I'm going to say the same thing I say all the time. You go back and you look at the 70s, 80s, even the 90s. You look at Ken Stabler going to Cliff Branch and Fred Biletnikoff, or Fouts going to Jefferson and Lofton and those guys, or Jim Kelly with the I forget what would they call that? The
run and shoot.
The what?
Would you say the run and shoot offense?
Run and shoot.
There you go.
Warren Moon. Look, I don't know the exact averages, but if you look at the average per play, again, LA Rams went 73. Even the Chuck Knox era from 73 to 77, Brown Chuck. You look at the pass per attempt, okay, Namath, all Bradshaw to his guys. I guarantee, look at the wide receivers like Swan and those guys, Harold Jackson, 20 plus. Now, 14 yards, 10 yards, 7 yards. It's ridiculous. You do not need a big-time quarterback. Everybody says you need a big-time quarterback. Not really. Here's the problem with sports. Okay, it's reporters who don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know why this guy's hitting 210. They don't know why this team is winning or losing. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And then they say, well, it's the quarterback system, or it's the pitchers, or it's the hit. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And the fans listen to it because these are so-called experts, and they're ruining a lot of sports. But let's stick to baseball and football. But in this case, the quarterbacks are all game managers. They're not going back there and going deep. So really, anybody, they're all system quarterbacks, okay? If you have a guy with a cannon, you got some receivers out there, like Bradshaw said in his Hall of Fame speech, I'm going deep. I'm going deep. When you have Cliff Branch or Harold Jackson or Jerry Rice, you have those guys who can fly. Why the hell wouldn't you utilize that? But they don't. Dink and dunk. Dink and dunk.
I hear you. Smoker Jim, your thoughts on this before we jump into the next topic?
I think everybody covered everything that I would have said.
All right, Jim. Thanks for your participation. Your participation trophy. All right, why don't you lead our first topic again? Number to call 412-530-5063. Our first topic, Jim. Let's get into it. Your thoughts. The Steelers Jackson preview game. What are you expecting to see, Jim?
Well, Jackson is a high school in South Florida, so Jacksonville is in North Florida, and it should be anytime you go against another team, you have an opportunity to establish yourself, like Jack Delaplane did the 1 year when nobody ever heard of him, and he came on in 1976 and did a great job. Hey, listen, there's some people that got something to prove. Broderick Jones, who I would move right back to right tackle because he was a little bit below average at right tackle. He could be a disaster at left tackle. I bring the Samoan over who played left tackle at Washington to protect my quarterback's blind side. We can't keep holding auditions out there. I think that Claudio's been saying this for years. The tight end that's having one of the best camps is Mount Washington. He's an unbelievable.
He's been good
catching and athletic. And you was down there, Lou, if you was paying attention. Eating your popcorn and hot dogs. But and Dino Wing, they have to have a receiver step up. I think it's Roman Wilson, but again, Mike Tomlin's playing games. One dog, one bone, two dogs type thing.
How is he playing games?
He games where you got bad characters, good characters.
Jim,
I think that they got a running back that's a little overrated.
Who's overrated?
He's a first and second down back. Johnson, he can't play in the passing game, and that's not his fault. They didn't throw too much at Iowa, and he evidently his football IQ is low. So again, I think that the Steelers are blessed to have Mason Rudolph, who can step right in. He's a quality starter in this league. He's going to step right in and throw some people open. But I want to see the defense. That's all I care about. I want to see that defense because, again, my goal is not the Super Bowl for the Steelers. It's not the playoffs. It's not a winning season. It's putting Derrick Henry out. The best way to put a running back out is when you play action fake to him. It should be 7 guys blasting him, putting him on his back, dumping him on his head like Turkey Jones did Bradshaw. So I will not be satisfied until I see a defense that was embarrassed 3 times by Derrick Henry.
3?
Put him out of the football game.
3, Jim? What games were you watching? I saw the playoff game. Outside of that,
300 yards.
The playoff game. But outside of that, I don't know what you're saying.
296 yards, and trust me, Derrick Henry thinks he can get it against the Steelers. They don't have one person in their secondary that can tackle him. Not Beanie, not Porter, not Ramsey. You know what I mean?
If the safeties have to make a lot of tackles on Derrick Henry, something went wrong. I'm not looking for Jalen Ramsey and all these guys to make tackles. I need Patrick Queen and Peyton Willis to do it. Oh, come on, Jim.
And that was different when you had Cornell Lake, Dalton Hall, Thomas Everett, and Rob Woodson back there.
Oh,
Donnie Shell, J.T. Thomas, Mel Black, Mike Wagner. They could put somebody out. This team is making business decisions in the secondary.
All right, Jim. Listen, I don't know where you're going with that. I mean, I'm not worried about safeties. I want them to cover the receivers. I want the defensive linemen and linebackers to stop Derrick Henry. If he's getting way back to the safeties and the cornerbacks, something went wrong, Jim. So I disagree with everything you said there. I don't know. I completely disagree. But Fillmore, I saw you shaking your head a lot. Then we'll come to Claudio.
Man, Jim, man, you my guy. But man, you as wrong as 2 left shoes, man. I mean, you lie like a rug. I swear. Come on, man. you have to admit, like Luther said, if you're dependent on DBs to make a tackle, you failed. You failed, man. The young man from Iowa, the D tackle from Iowa, Hayward. Come on, man. Holcomb, Peyton Wilson. Patrick Queen, another year in the system. He understands it better now. Come on, man. And to me, in my opinion, the best outside linebacking core in the league. You now have depth where they can go all out each play on the edge and get rest, and somebody with quality come in and replace them. I'm looking forward to this game and watching the defense dominate because the first 3 games of the season, the defense is going to have to put us in position to win games until the offense can click on all cylinders. And man, I am excited for Darnell Washington. From the first play, and here's one for you, Jim. On the first play of preseason that Mason Rudolph was in the game, he threw a tight end corner touchdown to him. Okay, Mason Rudolph did it, and right now, man, he's athletic. He got hands. He's motivated right now. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see the defense and the tight end room and how they're going to use Connor Hayward, maybe as an H-back or fullback, because he did that at Michigan State. I'm excited for that.
Carter looked like he might be one of the cuts. I don't know. I mean, all you hear about, they only got the 3 tight ends. JJ, Galbraith.
They didn't bring in John Smith for nothing.
He's going to be a special teams guy, and when they need a fullback, they're going to use him at fullback because there's no other guy to do it.
Hey, they also put Robinson down there too. So
Robinson's I think he's going to be gone.
Hey, Aaron, what's up, Aaron? He said, "Smoking Jim is smoking that neat weed." What is he talking about?
I got to see this. I got to see this Mark Robinson at fullback. I got to see this. This is going to be interesting. I got to see that.
He's good on. Look, Connor and Robinson. They're both good on special teams, but they may be fighting each other to make that last
roster. Yes.
Who to go? What's up? Who to go? Jim on that stuff. Jim, they going in on you. Jim on that stuff. Jim is smoking that.
Jim's taking a beat, man.
Jim, they going in on you, man. I don't know what you were talking about. You're usually on, but you was way off. Claudio,
he got a little hookah. That's all. A little hookah.
Jim was woo. Claudio, your thoughts?
Said all along, the Steelers. Fran Tarkenton always says, in the business, centrally in life, wake up with a sense of urgency. The Steelers have to go out with a sense of urgency. In the preseason, they have to hit the ground running. I just sent my team a note yesterday. Our first game, non-conference, is September 7th. Our first practice is August 30th. They have to get in shape now before they come to practice August 30th. We're going to hit the ground running. Okay, you're not going to pitch 10 pitches and get in shape. No, you got to hit the ground running. We plan on, because we have a short season, a short fall, short spring. And if you we won our conference last year because we got hot early and we stayed consistently hot. And the NFL is not a marathon like baseball, basketball, hockey. It's a sprint. If they play, now they have analytics for how many damn steps this guy takes from the bench to the sidelines, right? I guarantee you they have some sort of analytics. They have some kid with a crew cut and a backpack figuring out a percentage of plays this guy plays, that guy plays. I said before, I would say 30 to 40% the starting team should play. Get in football shape now. This way you hit the ground. The Jets, I guarantee you, are going to be about 15 to 20% ready. And if the Steelers are 30 to 40% ready, they're going to blow the Jets out. Their next team, the Steelers, are going to be about 40 to 50% ready, 60% ready. Their opponent's going to be 20 to 30% ready. And that's what they have to do preseason. They can't be playing games. Fix up what you have. Teach what you have to, and don't play games. If Broderick Jones isn't doing well, get him the hell out. Put somebody in there that's doing well. Tomlin says all the time, this is a business. It's all about winning, and that's what it is. It's a performance-based business. Everything is, but especially football, where you see your standings, every week. Again, I'm going to say the same thing over and over again. Maybe I'm looking at it as a coach. I'm not looking. Jim Valvano used to say about the postseason, it's survive in advance. You're not looking to develop any kind of consistency because it's a short season. I understand what he meant. In this case, it's almost like survive in advance. But I will say a different way. Hit the ground running, be ahead of everybody else. And everybody say, well, how about if he gets hurt? Look at Will Howard. Well, hell, anything can happen to anybody. I get that. But then Tomlin always says you don't play in fear with your fears. Well, then don't play in your fears. But I think every coach does, because they're afraid that the media is going to say, why would he play Aaron Rodgers so much? Why would he play this receiver so much? Why would he play Cam Hayward so much? They're afraid of the media. And when you do that, you're letting the media run the show. That happens in baseball with pitch counts and should I steal, shouldn't I steal? This play is by the book. The hell with that. Do your thing. Do what you want to do. And I would say the Steelers could be different than everybody in the preseason, where they're going out there and they're going to tell their team ahead of time, we're going after this. We got Aaron Rodgers for 1 year, and you don't know what's going to happen in 2026 with anybody. We're going after this. How do we go after that? We're not loaded with talent. We have some talent. They're not loaded, but they don't have to be loaded with talent. If they get those guys out there, play them more than everybody else, hit the ground running, then they will have a better shot. They'll be ahead of the game than everybody else.
Okay. All right, Ralph?
Well, I agree with Claudio in some perspective here. This game here, There's a lot of question marks right now with this team. We have new players that we don't know what they're capable of doing. We've only seen them in shorts and whatnot, and maybe a few scrimmages here and there, a training camp and whatnot. We need to see what we have right now before we even think about anything else. And I agree that we need to get the first team offense and defense out there, get the rust off, from the off season, and let's see what they have. Let's see what we can work with here. Let's dominate this game. So what if it's preseason? Let's dominate the game. Let's blow Jacksonville out. Let's see what we can work with here.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
You look at it as rookie, and I get it.
Right. Luther, it's also a mentality. It's a mentality that we're serious, that we're not playing games. Yeah. If you're doing well, you stay. If you're slumping, we're going to try to fix you. And if we can't fix you, then next up. Again, it's a mentality. It's a short season. Let's go after it.
Yeah, it's only 3 games. Like you said, who is that? Jim always says, get good or get gone. Hey, Underground is in here. What's up, Underground? I know we're all some homers, but come on, it's about Travis Hunter. First look. Yeah, you're right, man. We got to see Travis Hunter. We get to, he's trying to play both ways. Robert. Hey, what's up, Robert? Who to go? Travis Hunter going to get smacked with those skinny legs. Won't make it through the season. Man, who to get? You always want somebody to get hurt. You was on here talking about George Pickens getting hurt. He did right after you text that. What's up, Underground? Hey, we got a phone call. Caller. Is this Mark Britley? Mark.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, guys.
Mark.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. How's everybody?
Oh, good. Glad you could call in. What's on your mind, Mark?
Hey, listen. First of all, I want to put my 2 cents in to stick up for Jim because I think everybody was going down on him a little bit. I'm saying, hold up. First of all, I'm trying to learn the technology, so I'm out of town listening on my phone. I just got to be able to hear what Jim's saying before you go off on it. So, Jim, we got to get that mic, your phone, something fixed because distribution is too important. Okay? So we need that. My question is, can anybody talk about the business end of preseason games? What I mean by that is how or what does an insurance policy look like if one of these guys get hurt during the first 3 preseason games? Secondly, your man Rodgers, he had a history, first season, injury that took him out. What happens? What does that look like? And are the players encouraged to pull back instead of delivering full hits? So nobody would ever have a season-ending injury before the season starts. I'm just curious to see or to hear what you guys know about that. I'm going to hang up and listen.
All right. Hey, thanks again, Mark. Always calling, man. Enjoy your trip. We always appreciate you.
Yeah, Mark.
Do it in.
Be safe.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, we know one player already got an injury settlement. Craig, Martavius Craig from Colorado. He was having a nice camp, got injured. He got his settlement. So that's rough for guys making a team. They just try to, if they get an injury settlement, that's great. But now if these are the Aaron Rodgers, the TJ Watts, they're going to get their money. But the guys on the fringe of making a team, it's bad luck. Sometimes you can get an injury settlement. Other times you just get cut and that's it. Jim, you want to weigh in on that? What Mark said?
Well, first of all, Luther, you use the word players very loosely. Some of these bums that get cut, they're gone. Look, Pittsburgh Steelers' biggest problem is not getting down to 53-man roster. The biggest problem is they don't have 40 NFL quality players on their team. So getting down to 53 is not a problem.
Wow.
You're mentioning these guys that shouldn't even be in the NFL training camp. They should be in the USFL or whatever that is. But hey, listen, let's work with the 40 that they have that's NFL quality. The other 13. And you talking about Connor Hayward is not a good football player, period. Not special team, not tight end, not fullback. If his name was anything other than Cam Hayward's brother, he wouldn't have never even got a tryout.
Wow.
Every player that he played with at Michigan State was shocked when he got a tryout. But, hey, listen, again, the Pittsburgh Steelers got the worst coaching staff in the history of the National Football League, even though I rate Mike Tomlin as one of the top 10 coaches of all time.
So that doesn't make sense then.
Record. Never had a losing season. But, y'all talk about the tight end Will Howard. Listen, if he was that good, they wouldn't be throwing their eggs in the basket of drafting one of these bums next year quarterback class. That's one of the worst quarterback classes I've ever seen, and they falling and stumbling all over themselves. A bunch of kitty tickets coming out in 2026.
Ooh.
They'd rather have them than Will Howard. So listen, Aaron Rodgers, who I said a long time ago, Luther, you fought me and everybody else nationally when I said he still had it. Everybody said he was over the hill, he needed to retire. Now y'all's loving it. Even Ryan Clark did a 180 and said, man, the guy can zip the ball like he did in 2010. So if they can keep him healthy, and I don't know if you can do that with Broderick Jones.
Broderick Jones.
Move Broderick Jones to right tackle and move to
Bumrick
tackle. That gives you your best chance of keeping Rodgers safe and upright.
All right. Phil, are you away on this, Claudio, Ralph?
Well, I call him Bumrick Jones. I mean, here's a guy who, is supposed to be a first-round draft pick, and now he's stinking the joint. He's stinking up training camp so bad I can smell it down here in Maryland.
Oh.
I mean, that's what's going on there. And the problem I have with this is can they protect Aaron Rodgers? That's going to be the biggest question here. This offensive line is kind of suspect. Right now, and I'm hearing Frazier's getting blown off the ball. I'm hearing all kinds of stories coming out of training camp as to a lot of things that are going on there that probably shouldn't be going on. I'm hearing the rookies are getting over on them, and Frazier's getting blowed over. And I mean, this offensive line has to step up. Pat Meyer, the offensive line coach, has to get them moving and motivating, get them doing something here, because the line of scrimmage is important. And Aaron Rodgers is a guy that's 42 years old and not going to run very often. As a pocket passer. And they're going to need to protect him something big time. I hope they have plans to put a second or 4 tight ends in or something, or move Darnell Washington into the backfield or something as a protect or something. They got to do something because this line is suspect.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are talking heat about this. Fillmore, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with everybody here, man. Broderick Jones is a huge disappointment, to say the least. That's even an understated statement about his evaluation of his play. Is you look at his size, you look at his college tape. He had all the tangibles. When he came out the first year, we had all the high hopes of everything. And now, man, he's the worst tackle that we've drafted in the first round in my existence. They have to do better than that. They have to do better than that. And Aaron Rodgers can only throw the ball so fast, right? When they catch on to the fact that he can't stay in the pocket more than 2 seconds, they're going to be playing bumper run. They're going to be sitting on them those quick slants, and those quick passes aren't going to work.
Yeah.
The center, man, at second year.
Doc Frazier will be all right. I mean, he had some bad snap. He's going to be all right. I saw signs last year. Listen, he's going to be in the mode of the Hound Seas. He's going to be fine. I don't have any doubt that he'll be solid. Now, the tackles, can Troy, can he stay healthy? Broderick or Broderick, we don't know who's going to show up. And then Anderson is hurt. Dylan Cook has showed some signs, but if Broderick Jones can't cut it at left tackle, man, that's going to be a huge issue, and it doesn't look like he's doing well already, and he's healthy. And he's struggling over there. So, and he hasn't even been going against the top guys and has been hurt. So we have to see, man. I'm not going to give up hope yet. I believe they'll pull it together. I want to know if they're going to be able to run the ball. That's going to be the key because you don't want Aaron at his age throwing it 40 times a game. You have to be balanced, as Claudio always says. Got to get Jalen Rowan some holes. Johnson, got to see what he has. But Gainwell's been looking good. Gainwell could be a game changer. They're going to move him around. They're going to move Jonnu Smith around. But you're right. It starts up front. Hopefully they can get some guys healthy, man. Offensive line coach is on the clock. I thought he should have been let go last year because I didn't see problems. But you know, Tomlin kept him around, and I don't know. Pete Meyer may need to be gone.
Look, Gainwell is going to be the new Moelde Moore for Mike Tomlin.
Oh, that's a name. That's a blast from the past. Yeah, Moore was a big. Yeah, he was a surprise. I didn't think he would be as solid as he was, but yeah, we'll see. But
I've said all along. I've said for years, offensive line. I had to get shocks on my car. What did I do? I went and got shocks for my car. What is the big problem with the Steelers? Offensive line. They should have gone offensive line in the draft, but they didn't. And I know I'm thinking outside of the box here, but you can't tell me that there's not somebody playing professional football in the UFL or in the NFL who got released or free agent that's a big boy who can play offensive line better than Jones and better than some of the guys that they have, somebody who's hungry. And then on top of that, there was a video that's been out the past couple of weeks of Michael Irvin at the University of Miami talking to the wide receivers, really not even talking to them. I mean, he's, you know how he is. He's very passionate, but he was showing them how to get off the line. He was showing them technique. He was teaching. Okay. I don't know what the offensive line coach is doing with his guys, but you have to teach. And if you're teaching, but they can't do it, then you know what? You have to go get somebody else. It might be a little bit late now, but that's what I said at the outset of the show about the Pirates having a game plan. The Steelers, I don't think they had a game plan, but maybe the wrong game plan. I don't think that they should have gotten a running back that early. I don't think they should have gotten a defensive tackle. What's that?
It was the third round, Claudio.
Too early. If you want to get a third round, fine. You have to have an offensive line, or else your running back bad, your quarterback's bad, everything's bad. And as far as Aaron Rodgers, everybody's looking at that number. He's 41, 42. He could still throw 30, 40, 45 times a game. If you give him an offensive line and some weapons, he can still be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league without question. His arm strength, Luther, look at his arm. He flicks it, the ball jumps. He's still big time. And he's even the game's slower for him. But you need an offensive line. What's that?
Yeah, the game may be slower for him, but he's slower as well. He can't move. He's
a little bit. He's not what he was at 28, but he can make up for it mentally. But again, then the Steelers were wrong in not bulking up, building up that offensive line. You mean to tell me there's no big horses out there with good feet that are playing? And again, go to the USFL, do something. And they didn't do it. The Johnson doesn't look like much of a pick. Jones obviously doesn't look good. We'll see what Harmon does. I think Harmon's going to be good, but I think that they're just adding more bubble gum to the bubble gum machine that's already loaded. They needed, they have a pretty good defense already. They just concentrated on defense. They needed to it wasn't sexy. It wasn't glamorous. It's not going to say, oh, wow, look who we got, offensive line. Is that what you're looking for? Look at the New England Patriots all those years, besides Brady, and they put Randy Moss in. What other, Gronkowski, but were they a sexy group? Were they a glamorous group? No, but they won. And I just don't think the game plan that they have, the Pirates didn't have a game plan. Steelers have a game plan, but I don't think it's a good one.
Okay. All right. Well, we can't really say that yet. The season, they didn't even play their first preseason game yet, Claudio. But
who have they got offensive line?
They drafted the first overall the last 2 of the last 3 drafts.
The one guy got hurt. He's a rookie basically. Jones isn't going to do anything.
Well, we don't know. Maybe he'll get better. I mean, and then McCormick, he's another guy they drafted, and Zach Frazier. I mean, so they invested in the offensive line. They're just very young.
I reference him all the time. When Knox took over the Buffalo Bills, he went out and he got Conrad Dobler, Phil Villapiano, Reggie McKenzie, veterans. And look what they didn't win a Super Bowl, but he brought that team from 4 wins to 11, 12, or whatever it was. They did pretty good. There was a game plan. Look at the old Washington Redskins, the Over the Hill gang. Look what they did. They had a game plan. They were consistent. These guys are all over the place.
Well, they drafted 2 out of 3. Somebody's who to go said Claudio just wants to draft the O-line every pick. All right.
Well, again, the offensive line, if you have a good offensive line, it helps the quarterback, it helps the running backs, it helps the wide receivers. And if the offense is good, then the defense is going to be off the field, and then they will be good. So why is that a bad thing?
Well,
yeah, it's like having your oil changed all the time, and make sure you have it oil changed right so your motor runs correctly. I agree with Claudio on that. You got to have, a good offensive and a defensive line. The lines of scrimmage are your most important thing.
No doubt.
Listen,
but if you neglect your tires,
right?
Your engine's gonna run all day, but you get down blowout, you have a good engine with nothing to go on.
Yeah, I mean, if you
I understand that, but if you have an offensive line who can create holes for the running back, an average running back becomes above average.
Right. Hey, Claudio, I hear what you're saying, but they invested. First round picks, 2 out of the last 3. Those guys have to pan out.
Okay, I had to get shocks. I had to get particular shocks. Okay, if I'd have gotten the wrong shocks, my car would still be bumpy. I had to get the right shocks.
Okay.
They're getting. See, I don't know if they get the right shocks or not, but that's where it starts with the coaching staff.
I hear you. Now, players to watch. I'm looking for Rock Taylor in this game. He's an undrafted receiver out of Memphis. I thought he should have been drafted. Doesn't have great elite athleticism, but he has good enough size. He's been making plays, and he was really connected with Will Howard. I think he has a chance to really make this team beat out maybe a Skoranek. I still would like
Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller's been looking good. Scotty Miller's been looking good. They got him, I think, number 4.
Roman Wilson might not make the team from what I'm hearing.
Roman Wilson's going to make the team.
He make the team.
He's going to make the team regardless, unless he just yeah, he's making the team. Another guy I want to see Black. Yaya Black. I think he's that big nose type of big body guy. I want to see what he looks like. I'm excited about that. So we'll see. Aaron Rodgers is not going to play, so we're going to get a whole lot of Mega Mason. So we'll see how that
Skylar Thompson.
Oh gosh. Anyway, Jim.
Bill Howard, you got to go with Skylar Thompson.
Oh yeah, I know. Unfortunately, Smoker Jim, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any players you want to look at before we jump to the next topic?
Well, I want to take a look at Ziggy Hood, the first round draft choice.
Ziggy Hood.
Stop. He's on this guy about the Ziggy Hood.
He's been dominant.
Having 4 drafts, that's the 4 drafts. I like Black. But he's only a part-time player. He can only get 1 down. But Harmon is in the starting lineup. He didn't earn it yet. He's in the starting lineup. It's going to be more excuses for him not making plays like they did Ziggy Hood. It kept Ziggy Hood around way longer than they should have. So I'm looking to watch Harmon get blown off the ball.
Oh, God.
Hey, listen. I made 2 predictions already, Lou. Number 1, Jalen Ramsey will never, ever, ever play safety. I said that before.
He's going to be all over the field, Jim.
And number 2, if it ain't broke, why fix it? T.J. Watt is the second fastest to 100 sacks in NFL history. Why in the world would you move him around? That's idiotic.
That's not idiotic.
where he's been dominating. You didn't move LT around.
He's not LT.
Around. Everybody else around him got to get better. TJ Watt is dominating right there. And Claudio will tell you this. Willie Starr doing those guys in baseball used to set a pitcher up. They used to be like, okay, later innings, I'm be able to take him out of here. When you got TJ Watt studying one tackle or one position, the game, he can get you 2 or 3 sacks. He can continue to be the NFL leader in forced fumbles. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have no defensive coordinator. And now you're talking about moving TJ Watt around. That ain't going to happen. TJ Watt got 108 million guaranteed reasons why he ain't moving around.
Well, he already came out and said he was moving around. So
yeah, you believe anything you hear.
Hey, listen, I heard. Okay, what a man says out of his own mouth, I believe it, Jim. You know. All right, we got Frank Jackson. It's about time TJ Watt stop being selfish and is moving around. Well, I like to see him moving around because if you know he's going to be on the same side, it's easy to game plan. It's easy to take him out of the game, Jim. So I'm glad he's moving around. Oh, we got another call. Sean.
What's up, y'all hear me?
What's going on, Sean? We hear you.
Oh, okay. What's the topic for today?
Well, we're just getting, Steelers, Jaguars, talking about the upcoming game. And players.
Okay. I'm up here in Columbus, so for the preseason, we get the Steelers, Browns, and Bengals games. So I'll be looking forward to trying to check out a little bit of all 3 games.
Yeah. Make sure you check out Shedeur Sanders starting against the Browns. They're trying to set him up, but I think he's still going to shine. He didn't get many first, reps with the first team, but he's starting. So hopefully he goes out.
As far as Shedeur's concerned, real quick, as far as Shedeur's concerned, from what I'm hearing from Browns insiders, he's better than Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, yeah.
Pickett is injured, and I don't know.
Flacco's old.
So if Shedeur takes advantage, he could be starting. But let's focus on the Steelers. What day is their first preseason game on?
Saturday. Saturday the 9th.
Okay. Well, I want to just see how some of the younger players play. I really haven't been following it as much. Just have a busy schedule with school about to start up for the kids in a couple weeks. Well, next week for my youngest and 2 weeks for my oldest. But I think the weakness of the Steelers, and I think Smoking Jim may have said it, is the defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin. I think he's going to make or break them this season. I honestly think the Steelers can make a run at the Super Bowl. It may sound crazy, but I think they have a shot. If their offensive line could gel, I think they have enough skilled players. I think they got good picks at the right time. I think the running back from Iowa is going to be good. If the offensive line can gel, I think the offense will be good because I think Rodgers will be competent on that side of the ball. Defensively, if the cornerbacks got to stay healthy. But if they do stay healthy, I think it's going to fall on the defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin. I just heard from you guys that I guess TJ Watt's going to be moved around. I think it may be best for the defense if they do move him around because I'm hearing high things with the first-round draft pick. And I think they have enough young linebackers that I think they can afford to try to move TJ Watt around the line of scrimmage for matchup purposes, especially on third down situations.
Okay. All right. Hey, man. I'm just excited they're finally getting started. It's bad what happened to Will Howard, man, but there's still some.
What happened with him? I'm not.
Will Howard, he fractured his thumb, so he's going to miss the whole preseason. No surgery needed, but those are 3 games he needed to kind of impress, the Steelers and the fans. But he's not going to get that chance.
Well, as far as Will Howard concerned, I'm up here in Columbus, so I seen what he did at Ohio State when he had talent around him.
Ooh, loaded with talent.
Running backs, and yeah, they were loaded last year, and they finally got over the hump. Well, they didn't get over the Michigan hump, but they got over winning the big game hump.
Right.
So I think it may be a blessing in disguise that Will Hire is injured because he has to sit back and learn. And just by seeing the way he was at Ohio State last year, I think he will be a type of player that will be willing to learn from two veterans. So it may be a blessing in disguise if he takes advantage of being out. So now, Rodgers is the one, Mason Rudolph's the two. We know that now. We just got to focus on that. And Will Hire, just get your body prepared for, maybe next year, maybe your shot the year after. So it may be a blessing in disguise with him.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Hey, Sean, man, definitely appreciate your call, man. We're about to get out of here, man. Any other thoughts?
How was it as far as Pitt, West Virginia, Penn State looking as far as college football is concerned? I know up here in Columbus, we got the big one to open up the season. Woo. Arch Manning's coming up here. But I know the funniest thing about this college football season is that the coach for West Virginia, his last game coaching at West Virginia, they lost to Pitt 13-9. When they play Pitt, it's going to be on 9-13. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, Rich yeah, you're right.
Rich Rodriguez, yeah.
Rodriguez, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, but that Texas one, man, Arch Manning, people are already saying he should be the number one pick next year. Everybody's trying to line up. This is his first year starting. And remember, he didn't beat out the 6th round pick last year. Was it 6th or 7th, pick? So we'll see. I think he has talent, but I think he still needs another year before I could anoint him.
Luther, that's what I mean by the media. Sean, I said it earlier, and good to hear from you, Sean. The media does everything. People don't want to admit it, but if you dissect everything, they're the reasons why this pitch count and managers are afraid to do things. They're afraid to steal. They're afraid to hit and run. They're afraid to pitch a guy longer. And then in football, Arch Manning, the media, then it snowballs. Who the hell's Arch Manning? What has he done? I don't worry about Arch Manning or his fan. I don't care. If I see a quarterback out there who's better, I don't give a damn who he is. I'm going to take him. But the media builds up, and then they're afraid not to take him because they're afraid of these guys on ESPN or whoever is saying, oh, that was a terrible pick. The Dolphins got criticized for taking a guy from Pitt back in, 83, 84, Dan Marino. But he didn't do too bad. Joe Montana wasn't supposed to be much, right? But I'm saying, but especially now with all the media coverage, these guys, they're all suits. They watch games all day long, which is shocking, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Again, to use baseball as a reference, some of these guys played professional baseball, right. And the things that they say on TV are so wrong and so laughable if you know how the soup should be cooked. And it's like, damn. But people believe it because they have the suit on. They played a couple years in the majors. They have the nice studio desk and all that garbage. Mm-hmm. So Arch Manning and all these other guys, I want to see it.
Hey, well, I'll take Arch Manning over Drew Allure. That's for sure. You talk about a guy getting hype. I think it's Drew.
There you go.
For years. And
there you go.
I haven't seen it on the field. He's surrounded by talent, but he's a guy who can't complete a pass to a wide receiver in a playoff game. But they're saying he's a top 5 pick. I don't see it. Arch Manning, I see a lot more potential there. But yeah, hey, Sean, that's going to be the game to see. That's how you started off. Texas, Ohio State. Ohio State still got the best team money could buy, right? I'm not
that's
mistaken. Right. Aren't they still the highest paid college team in sports?
I'll try to check on the radio, and then
I know they were last year. I know they were last year. I think they got to re-up, but no,
that's a crazy statement to say, right? To hear that the best team college football can buy. That is a ludicrous statement. You know what I mean? From us that came through the history of, hey, you play on the scholarship, and we knew there was some money behind the scenes, but that is just nuts to hear.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're their payroll is going to be high again this year.
Crazy.
But we'll see. Anything else, Sean, before we get out of here? All right, looked like Sean hung up. Thanks for the call. Hey, Smoking Jim, any final words? Ralph had to run. Any final words, Smoking Jim?
No.
All right. All right, Steph. Hey, real quick now, do you have your top 5 you want to see? I thought you were going to throw that out there. Your top 5 players you're looking for in college before we get out of here?
I didn't see that either.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Fillmore, you got your top 5 you want to see before we get out of here?
Absolutely. It may not be what you think. It's not. Arch Manning isn't one of them. So Caden Salter from Colorado. He's going to be the replacement for Shador. So I want to see that.
But he'll try. No such
thing. You're right. He'll try.
Number retired.
But I want to see how he does. Also Carson Beck from Georgia transferring to the University of Miami.
Yeah,
that's I want to see that.
He got a pay raise too. He's doing well. That was a good move for him.
Absolutely, and I'm gonna go hometown right now. Cal Lewis, one of the top linebackers in the country. I want to see him do good for Pitt. See how it go. And Desmond Reed at running back. I'm a running back guy. Oh, yeah. I want to see him shine. And also one more, Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. He might be the best running back in the country.
Oh yeah, that boy's tough, man. When I saw him run over 3 guys to go into the end zone against Penn State, and he had a brace on his knee, I said, "Wow, this dude is different."
Yes, sir.
I like that. All right, Claudio, you have your.
I did get the email. I did get the text. I am a running back guy as well. I want to see Love out of Notre Dame, but the other guys I want to see is again all the noise. I want to see Allure. I want to see or Alwar, whatever his name is. I want to see who he is. The kid from Clemson, the quarterback from Clemson,
Cade Klubnik. Yeah,
I want to see him. And then, of course, Arch Manning. And I'm not ripping on the guy, okay? If he's good, he's good. But just because his name is Manning, the hell is that guy do? Montana had a kid who played college football. They didn't make a big deal about him. They probably shouldn't have. But I'm saying, let's see who these guys are. Just don't take it from somebody who's behind a laptop and watches some games and they really don't know what the hell they're talking about. But so I'd like to see the quarterbacks because obviously – they're the ones that make the most noise, and I know you hear people saying, if the Aaron Rodgers thing works out, great. If not, then they're going to have a higher pick next year. Some people are talking about the kid from Penn State. Manning will probably be gone for the Steelers. But again, don't worry about the glamour. Worry about the best player. The Steelers didn't do that years ago when they got some guy named Stallworth nobody knew about. Franco didn't get a bunch of hoopla. Jack Ham didn't get a bunch of hoopla. Webster didn't get a bunch of hoopla. Get who's good.
That's true. You mentioned a lot of guys. Of course, I like Arch Manning. I'm gonna watch him. Drew Klubnik, but Ryan Williams, man, he made some spectacular catches for Alabama as a receiver. Got to check him out. And a guy who's been possibly linked to the Steelers as well. Lenore Sellers, South Carolina, big guy. I'm interested to see what he does. Caleb Downs, of course, for Ohio State. Quarterback, another guy, Garrett Newsmeyer from LSU. I think he's a guy that you got to watch out for too. So a lot of guys, man. Another sleeper I got, Jordan Tyson, the receiver from Arizona State.
Oh, wow.
Long guy, put you in a mindset of like a Kelvin Johnson type. There's only one CJ, but he puts you in the mindset, long, athletic, good head on his shoulders. So I'm excited about that guy. All All right, and JMD jumped in here before we go. I'm interested to see what Penn State does this year with both running backs returning. Oh, yeah. Yes. Definitely. Those guys both could have come out and been first or second round picks. I think that's yeah. I appreciate that, JMD. I forgot about them. Yeah, that could be huge. Two great running backs coming out. So we'll see, man. A lot of interesting things going on, but that's our time for Smoking Jim. Ralph had to leave early. Phil Moore, Claudio, check us out. Website. I'm representing ECSU. My boy's graduating, so excited about that.
Congratulations. All right.
First among many, so a couple more to go, man. But enjoy the game. Look for Rock Taylor. He's going to make plays. I'm telling you, this guy's going to be making plays. He's a difference maker, big. Doesn't have all the measurables. Should have been drafted, but because he went to Memphis and didn't have a great year, he didn't. But look for him to make some plays. I'm excited about him. And, of course, Harmon. Jim, you're going to be wrong. He is not no Ziggy Hood, man. You need to stop all that, man. But, hey,
yes,
everybody, Frank, Destiny, everybody who jumped in here, man. Who the GOAT, JMD, all you guys. Oh, Amorion Miller, I think will have a good season. Yeah, the receiver for Colorado. It's his time now. Good. Hey, that's a good one, JMD. Yeah, because now Travis Hunter isn't there. He's the number one receiver. So we'll see. A lot of good stuff, man. We'll be back next week to talk about the Jaguars and the Steelers, man. Smoking Jim, Claudio, Phil, Ralph. Check you out next time. Peace.
Peace.